Slider phones running Windows Mobile are scarce than chicken teeth these days. This is, however, precisely the form factor and operating system of one of the latest handsets that Acer has released, the beTouch E200. It has been created to fill the market gap and deliver the rich functionality of Windows Mobile version 6.5 in combination with the dialing comfort that the standard numeric keypad provides. Unfortunately, its practical implementation leaves a lot to be desired and comes with a host of problems that overshadow the few positive things about the phone. Perhaps the best aspect of the beTouch E200 is its design. The phone looks stylish and neat, and its clean-cut features emphasize its orientation towards business customers. It is equipped with a 3-inch TFT display with native resolution of 240 by 400 pixel and decent overall sensitivity. You charge it via a standard mini USB port located on the left-hand side of the device. We are pleasantly surprised at the numeric keypad that feels really handy to use. To an extent, the same goes for all the other buttons on its body, although there is nothing that really makes them stand out. The virtual office we know from previous models of the manufacturer has given way to a personalized home screen called Acer Home. This is actually a grid of 9 shortcuts, with 6 of them being customizable to your liking. The personalization pack includes customized phone contacts, calendar and settings, and all 3 of them are optimized for finger-friendly use. What we don't like is that with the keypad you can easily enter text into the fields reserved for numbers, for example while creating a phone book entry. And you may not even notice your mistake. This means that you will always have to switch between different manual entry modes, which is not exactly comfortable. With this regard, the numeric keypad is more of a hassle than a convenience. The same entry method applies to almost all into fields throughout the interface. Dialing a number from the home screen is another source of constant discomfort. Fortunately, it's only digits that you can punch in there, but deleting them in case you've made a mistake is done by either keeping the delete button pressed, which is slow, or using the on-screen backspace button, which is unhandy. You will see a social networking button on selected entries in your phone contacts. It allows quick access to the Blogger and Flickr accounts of the person. All you can do there is browsing the posted content, and that's pretty much all. The manufacturer provides Facebook, Flickr, Blogger and YouTube applications for all social networking fans. Aside from the Facebook application that is standard for the operating system, the other 3 offer basic functionality. For instance, you can only watch videos through the YouTube application, but not upload content. The Flickr application disallows browsing of other people's albums, etc. Fortunately, the Facebook application delivers a nice set of functions, and you can leave comments, exchange messages, upload videos, pictures, etc. The camera of beTouch E200 sports a 3.2 megapixel sensor, autofocus and handy interface. Unfortunately, it is a mediocre performer because all pictures we took with it lacked enough details and their colors were overly saturated. We do appreciate the fact that playback of DivX and XVID content using the integrated Windows Media Player is a real option now. The bad news is, you will evidence skipping of frames at higher resolutions like 800 by 480 and some artifacts when watching DivX videos, which ultimately ruins the pleasure you get out of watching clips. We recommend that you stick to XVID and MPEG-4 videos because they play the best. The phone comes boxed with a pair of micro USB headphones that are rather weak but reproduce sound pleasingly. They will certainly fail to impress you with bass accuracy, but at least the sound through them is not annoying. The lack of Wi-Fi connectivity is a cardinal sin for any smartphone because this severely limits its internet functionality. Well, thank goodness, omissions like these ones are quite rare these days. However, this is exactly the case with the Acer beTouch E200 that comes without Wi-Fi, so you will be able to connect to the internet via 3G only. In terms of operational speed, the beTouch E200 is mediocre. Its software hasn't been properly optimized, so the 528 MHz processor gets out of breath way too often and the operating system just fails to run smoothly. Thankfully, the lagging is not overwhelming. It's just too bad that the in-call quality is far from impressive. Voices of people sound dull and unintelligible, and the same people complain everything is rather surreal on their end. There is nothing about the Acer beTouch E200 that will remember it for. Yes, this is a properly made device with slider form factor, not something you get to see often in the Windows Mobile department. However, the personalization of the interface is skin deep, so you will inevitably face the unhandy controls of Windows Mobile 6.5. The camera is mediocre, and the same goes for its multimedia capabilities. The Acer beTouch E200 offers many things, but there is no single aspect that it stands out with. Quite the contrary. Its major selling point will be the lower retail price, although we would advise you not to part ways with your hard-earned cash over it. The HTC Touch 2 and Samsung Omnia Lite are better alternatives because they offer more and better implemented functions and come with a similar, meaning affordable price tag.